lot of that.
You do a lot
And it's
of that.
compounding. I do a lot of that, and but I think that the idea of having a mommy's helper come when she's 6 months,
Yeah.
maybe I get someone really used to even hanging out with Thea a little bit. She's getting older.
Yeah.
And making special time happen on a more regular basis through that kind of support for myself, that might help. But in the moment with the limit setting, I'm feeling very limited, and I am saying, I really wish I was 2 people. I really wish I had
Yeah.
another set of arms to hold you. Come sit next to me while I breastfeed. Be with me. I do all these things. I just feel like it's compounding for her, and
And I love play listening, Gretchen. I love
Yeah.
play listening. You can do play listening
Yeah.
with Nona and the baby at the same time.
Okay.
You can get some really great connection and healing in there. Go for some laughter. Do you know about play listening?
No.
We can talk to you more about it, and it's on the website, but it's a great tool.
Okay.
Especially with 2 children, when you have that balance. Don't you agree, Susan?
Yeah.
You can do lots of play listening and get lots of healing
Great.
for Nona at the same time. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I just want to add that, all the great work that you're doing with Nona, and the stay listening and the listening to her feelings, just because you can't take it sometimes all the way through doesn't negate what you've done. You know what I mean? So if, you're listening to her, and then Thea needs you, and you say, I'm sorry, I just can't listen anymore, you've done good work up until that point. You know what I mean? Yeah. It doesn't mean like, oh great, now I haven't taken it all the way through, so I just wasted all that time. Like, it's not like that. You have helped her offload feelings, And with the play listening, something that I didn't really talk so much about, or at all really, in the stay listening component is that it's not just crying that kids are offloading or that help release tension. It's the laughing, which is connected to the play listening that Christine mentioned. It's laughing, trembling, sweating. There's all kinds of ways that kids release emotion. And so if you can, get into that laughter space, it's a huge help too. So,
Thank you.
Oh, and you know what else I like, Gretchen? I just thought of this idea about play listening. Have Nona get her little baby and have her carry the baby around. And then you are like on her coattails, like, no, I need your attention. And start going and see if it brings some laughter. Like, that you're wanting what she wants from you, and have her be you, right, with her little baby doll. And you go around like, no, but I need you. And really just see what you can get going with her, and that'll be a really great healing for her, Yeah. See what you come up with, and we can talk to you further about some other ideas.
Okay.
And help you with that.
It's 8:30,
Yeah, no, I just thought maybe we would you want us to do questions, if anyone has questions.
Sure.
Any more questions for anyone?
The food thing, like getting them to eat what's good for them, is there any approaches or, I don't know, angles of, if they don't want to eat what's good, they want to go straight to the sugar, is there an approach that works that you think is successful or could be successful?
Sure. Yeah. Well, it's the great thing about the Parenting by Connection tools is that there isn't really a prescription of what's okay and what's not. In your family, you get to decide, what works for your family and what doesn't. And let's say no sugar. Like sugar doesn't work in your family. Then that's when you bring in the limit. You've listened. You know that it's not okay. And then you bring in the limit, about sugar. I don't know if you're also asking about in general, like meal times and
if it's dinner and they're like, I don't want to eat anything that's good. I want the sugar. I want the dessert. I want to skip the meal.
What Christine was talking about with play listening, like that's one thing that we've used successfully in our house regarding that. In my Building Emotional Understanding class, there's a video of Patty Whiffler talking about how she dealt with this with her niece. And she literally, and I copied this approach like verbatim, you know. And what I did was I was really frustrated with Siona's only wanting toast for breakfast every single day, toast and butter every day. And you know, and I'm really big on oatmeal and like these healthy hot cereals. And so, you know, one day I made this beautiful oatmeal, fresh peaches, chia seeds, all that on it, and I sat it in front of her, and she was like, I'm not eating that, you know, I'm not eating that. And so I copied Patty Whiffler's approach, and I took a bite, and I go, oh, you're right, I'm not eating it either. And I took a napkin, and I started wiping my tongue with it, you know, like, oh, that's so gross, that's so gross. And she started laughing, you know, releasing some of that tension. She started laughing, and she took a bite, you know, she took a bite. Now, I'd love to say that she's been eating oatmeal ever since, like that's not the case, but it loosened up some of that tension around mealtime. You know, I don't know if there's anything you want to...
Yeah, no, I just think that the more that your child can offload all the hurts, like once you start using these tools and they offload more and more of the hurts, they become so much more flexible around all different kinds of situations. You know, you just gotta start getting them to release what these fixed little places are inside them, these little knots of fear and rigidity inside of them, and they're gonna loosen up a lot. And you know what? It's not gonna work to have sugar, I'm sorry. You know, it'll work to have sugar if you eat your dinner, you know, to have some dessert, but whatever your limit is around it, you know? Hey, maybe one night it is just dessert, you know? Let's have a night where it is just dessert, you know, maybe do some play listening around that, you know? And just like, wow, you know, you have a great big party about it. It's really how you want to do it. But the key is just letting them release these fixed spots inside of them. I do know, we want you all to stay. We have some forms that, as part of our class evaluation, if you wouldn't mind just filling out. There's one for Susan, and then there's one for me, just quickly about the talk tonight. And not that it's over, but we just thought maybe you could fill it out and listen, and in case people need to leave early, you just want to...
I do have to leave
And-
now. Is
Yeah,
there anything
yeah.
I need to do to take to it? Oh, okay.
And there are pens here if anyone needs. That would be lovely, thank you.